Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. I hope you're doing well today. I've got another beer from Loch Lomond for you, another one that they've released in Lidl recently, and it's the dark version of their fantastic Bravehop IPA. And this is their Bravehop Dark, so it's a black IPA coming in at 6% ABV. Again, as ever, the artwork on these Loch Lomond cans is always very, very nice. I do like that. They kind of got the natural photo wrap going on with their beer cans. So yeah, so 6% black IPA. The original Bravehop has become a regular in Lidl's since it was first released, sort of back at the beginning of the year. And if I was put on the spot now and asked what my beer of the year is, I would probably say Bravehop. Bravehop by Loch Lomond, £1.49 a can they're charging for that. 6% ABV IPA, and it's a 440ml can, and for me it's right up there with Vocations Life and Death. It's a stunning IPA. If you've not tried it, I do recommend you get to Lidl and try it. So this is their black IPA version, so Bravehop Dark, and it says on this it's got Columbus and Chinook hops in it. They reckon it has a marmalade and pine aroma with a roast and spicy flavour to it, with a bittersweet finish, and as ever unfiltered for maximum flavour. Ingredients: malted barley, oats and wheat. They only highlight the allergy ones. So yeah, let's get into this black IPA. Black IPA are a style which I do enjoy. Don't drink them too often. I think it's still very much a style that's growing. You don't always find them in supermarkets. They're not exactly the most readily available beer style, but I think they're becoming more and more popular with breweries. Looks good. Leave the artwork there. So there is this black IPA. It's got a solid 1 to 2 finger of head, which is dissipating pretty sharpish now, to be fair. Slightly tan looking head on it. It's very dark brown, sort of chestnut in colour. There's a bit of red bleeding through the bottom of the glass. You might make that out in the light, I'm not too sure. But it looks the part. Looking at the head on it, not crazy carbonation, but you can hear it. You can hear it fizzing away there. I don't know if you can pick that up on the mic, hope so. Let's get my nose in, see what the aroma's telling us. See what, they've nailed it with the description. There is a bit of sort of orange. Yeah. Piney. Marmalade-y, citrusy, orange peel and pine aroma to it. Very subtle sort of roasted malt aroma coming up, but this is all about the citrus and the pine. Not the craziest aroma in the world, but it's there. It's inviting enough. But yeah, it smells okay. So far so good. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Cheers. Oh, lovely mouthfeel. There's that citrus up front. Very little carbonation on this one. A very, very subtle roasted malt character. Very subtle. Lovely mouthfeel. Slightly piney, slightly citrusy, very gentle carbonation. And not a lot else, if I'm honest. Tastes very fresh, very light. Despite the colour, it's lacking for me. It's lacking that roasted malt character, that kind of slight coffee taste, sort of coffee malt taste that you would normally get with a black IPA. It's got all the freshness and citrus essence and piney essence that you kind of expect from the IPA side of it. But with it being a black IPA, I would just expect a little bit more of a roasted malt character to come through. I like the mouthfeel. It's slightly creamy. And I don't mean creamy as in it kind of coats your palate like a good stout would do, but I mean like almost like a New England IPA would. Like a thick New England IPA. It has that kind of palate coating mouthfeel to it. It's citrusy, it's piney, it's fresh tasting. There's a light body to it. There's a really gentle carbonation to it. And then when that carbonation calms down, I'm waiting for that sort of roasted malt character to come in, the darkness of it to really come through, coffee malt, something. And instead you just get this, again, the description on the can is bang on, it's a bittersweet finish. So there's no real rush of coffee or dark chocolate or anything like that you would sort of, anything you would have with a stout, something like that, something that you'd expect from the dark malt. There's no real bitterness, it's very subtle at the back end, but the whole time that citrus freshness and that subtle sweetness carries all the way through. It's actually quite nice, but I'm not sure it's a particularly good black IPA. It's very drinkable. Very drinkable. Just a bit disappointed with the finish. When it first hits your tongue, it's fresh, citrusy, lovely mouthfeel, very gentle carbonation, and you just get a hint of bitterness at the back end, but it's so subtle, and you're almost waiting for it to rush, to rise up, to give you a nice bitter malty kick. It just doesn't quite come, but that sweetness, that citrus sweetness carries through, and at no point is it overpowering. It's a very balanced black IPA, but for me it just needs a little bit more of a dark malty character. Otherwise it's a very, very nice beer. This was £1.79, I believe, in Lidl. If it's still there and you haven't got it yet, I suggest getting down there very, very quickly, because they must be on their last few cans by now. The only problem with those Lidl beer festivals, they don't hang around. Once they're gone, they're gone. But this, if you've never had a black IPA before, this might be a good one for you to drink. It would be a good entry-level black IPA. It is a very kind of misunderstood style, I feel. That combination of citrus fruit and malty, sort of coffee malts and things like that does not everyone's taste. I do like them personally. But this one has that lovely citrus freshness that you get from the original Bravehop IPA. But it just doesn't quite have enough maltiness. Sort of coffee malt, dark malt, stuff you'd expect from a darker beer. Just not enough character for that side of it to make it a particularly good black IPA. But it's a very nice beer. It's a very nice beer indeed. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, I think. A bit more maltiness, a bit more bitterness on the back end, and we'd have been right up in the 8s, 9s and 10s. That's another lovely beer from Loch Lomond. Just not the best black IPA I've ever had. So I'll tell the truth. It's a very good beer, but not one of the best. So yeah, Loch Lomond, Bravehop Dark, Lidl, £1.79 a can, or you can go to Loch Lomond's website, get it off of there. Decent beer. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this review, guys. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up. And until my next one, you take care.